Hello.
What's up, Jersey? How you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Austin? It's going pretty good.
That's awesome, dude. Dude, you're the second person I've talked to today who has a motocross bike as their profile picture.
Aha, that's me.
I know, dude. I rode motocross and raced for like a long time.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. That's a whole nother life of me that no one knows about. Anyway, dude, my DMs are blowing up. I got a bunch of calls I'm trying to get to in the next like hour and a half. So that being said, I kind of want to get right into it. So I'd like to do about 15 minutes and we can go wherever you want with this call. So I'm not sure where you're at in the business. I know you texted me. So whether you want to talk about how to get jobs, like motivation, issues on the field, trailer, chemicals, let's go wherever you want with this.
I think I saw you say something once about you kind of started off doing real estate or realty work, and then you kind of used that to kind of transition into getting jobs out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an opportunity to work for a real estate company, like washing their building.
Mm-hmm.
But I also asked them if I got my real estate license, if I could work there like part-time during the winter.
Work there as what, a part-time agent?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I don't really know a whole lot about what kind of actual work they do. Like, I don't know if they just show houses or do paperwork or...
I mean, I guess you need to find out more information about that. I mean, look, a lot of people out there, like in the YouTube realm, and a bunch of people out there will tell you, like, hey, like, you know, quit your job, go at it 100%, put your foot on the line, go out there and try and get it done and whatnot. I have a bit more of a conservative approach because when I first got started, when I was in the car business, I was doing really, really well, but then I said, screw it. I don't care about my financial situation. I'm going to go out here and start my own business, right? And
Yeah.
I really struggled. The first year was a real struggle. It's because I left my job a bit too early. I didn't ease into my business. I just decided to, just quit and, go all out. Now, it worked out. I ended up doing okay, obviously. I ended up working out for me. I just see too many people put their life on the line, quit their job, go out there, finance all the equipment, buy everything, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out. And then they literally, like some people are telling me, they bankrupted themselves. They put their families in bad positions. They've had to sell all their equipment. They don't think about the right way to get into it. If you're in a situation where obviously you need an income, which everyone needs an income, you want to at least have something on the side that you're doing. So whether that's a part-time job. The one thing about being an agent is unless they're getting you to do some like office admin work, which I don't think that would be the case, because if you told them that you had your license, then I'm guessing they're expecting you to be an agent with them. I think you need to have a bit more of a conversation with them, but they're going to want you to go out there and actually like work as an agent. And I don't know, I had an okay time with it. I closed a couple deals, made some money, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do. It does take a lot of time and effort. It might take you away from the power washing. It may not. It could work out for you. You might find out you just might like doing that better. It's 100% commission. You're going to be working. You're going to be doing a lot of time spent with making no money, pretty much. You don't just get your license and go right into it and all of a sudden you're selling houses. That's not how it works.
The way I was just viewing it is me, my mom, my dad, we own a construction company, and then we started this power washing company. So I help them manage the construction. On the days I have work, I go wash. I bought 2 rental properties last year, and we're starting to get into that. And I just really want to push more into like the housing market and hopefully get like more connections through it. Because we already know a lot of like property managers and a lot of people that own 100-something rental properties. And that's kind of how we're staying busy right now with washing, just because of some of the connections we have through like construction and the housing industry. I was thinking about just pushing more into the real estate side, and I heard you say that you had some experience. That's why I was just wondering what maybe you thought about it. But yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, I'm not trying to just kick everything to the curb and hop in something new. That's not.
Well, it also sounds like you're a bit all over the place. It also sounds like you might have some money if you're buying rental property. Right. I mean, what have you been doing? Obviously you bought some rental property. Are you married? What have you been doing?
No, I'm single. I've just always worked with my parents, or my dad, since I was younger. So I pretty much ain't.
You told me you're 22, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so how have you bought this rental property?
Basically, we went out. We had a job to do, repairing a guy's house. We got to talking to him about some property he had, single wide trailer on a little lot, and I just talked to him, and we worked out a monthly deal, and I just pretty much closed it like that.
Okay, so is this a deal between you and your dad?
No, this is a deal between me and the homeowner.
Okay. So yeah, it just looks like it seems like you're a bit all over the place, which is fine. You know, what I would kind of impress upon you is that you don't need to really have too much figured out. I would say you're a bit younger, but you do have to kind of ask yourself like what you're wanting to do, because what's really important is that you kind of not more or less pick something, but you want to give something your priority and give something, whatever you want to do, a bit more of your attention, because that's how you're going to see actual real progression. Like they say, it's someone who chases 2 or 3 rabbits and ends up catching none. You ever heard that saying?
Yep.
Right. So like if you want to do the power washing thing, you want to do the real estate thing, and then you're in the middle of kind of flipping houses, you kind of got a lot going on. That's ultimately why I left being a real estate agent. One of the reasons, there's a couple other reasons, but one of the reasons was I couldn't possibly expand my attention between growing the 2 power washing companies that I'm running, and I'm opening up a new location an hour down the road. Then I'm a real estate agent, right? Doing a real estate agent channel, being an agent, closing deals. Then I'm doing a YouTube channel, trying to grow my online platform. You can't expand yourself so thin, because then, nothing ends up progressing. Yeah. I found out as soon as I dropped the real estate thing, dude, I really made some leaps and bounds in the last 6 months with my power washing companies and whatnot. I ended up buying another one, right?
You don't do anything else with properties anymore?
Nope, I don't do any. I was an agent, man. I didn't do any investing. I was a pure agent, and I worked with a lot of clients, showed a lot of houses, did a lot of negotiations, paperwork, contracts, dealt with that whole thing all the way up to the closing table, man. It just wasn't for me anymore.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm just not real sure what exactly I want to hyper focus on yet. I don't really want to get stuck in one market my whole life is really what I was thinking. But I feel like my long-term goal is kind of just to put enough money away every year to buy 1 or 2 rental properties every year. Like the big dogs, I might have 100 or 50.
Right. I mean, if you could do that, that'd be awesome. I mean, buying 1 property a year. It's pretty hard where I'm at, in Austin, like everything's $1 million. But I'm not sure how it is where you are. But, there's always opportunities out there. I found that I think society puts a lot of stress on people to buy a home. I think that's something that we grew up with, always thinking like society has a lot of they stress people out about a lot of things, like go to school and go to college. If you don't go to college, then you're like in a bad position, right? Or if you don't have a home in your 20s or lower 30s, then you're in a bad position and whatnot. I don't think too many people talk about one of the best investments that you can make is like back into yourself. Going forward, I'm going to be going to do a lot of conferences, spending a bunch of money into myself, books, okay, and then reinvesting back in the business, which is just as profitable or could be even more profitable than going out and buying a property. I truly think going forward, the best investment someone can make is into themselves and into their own business rather than buying a house. Like I'm going to be a renter for a while. I don't see myself buying something anytime soon, just because I'm seeing better payoffs just reinvesting back into myself, back into my business.
Yeah, like you said, the market up there for y'all's houses, I guess, is a lot different, because I'm an hour away from our cat. That's where, you mean everything's $1 million. Down here, you can find like a double or single wide trailer for like 20 grand that just needs a little bit of work, but I'm sure it probably ain't that easy up there where y'all are at.
Nah, man, we don't got that. We don't got that around here, man. Anything else?
Yeah, I did have one more thing I was going to ask you about.
Mm-hmm.
I pretty much got all the equipment I need, everything I need, the chemicals and whatnot, but I was going to ask you about which window cleaning package system you thought was the best, like Tucker or the Zero.
I use Tucker because it's a bit lighter. I think the Zero, I have buddies that have the Zero water-fed pole systems, and the poles are a bit heavier, which I've used them before, and they are kind of a bit more of a strain. I will say that the Zero stuff, their attachments, I think they have a bit harder bristle brushes, which can be beneficial, but I think the Tucker is probably the best bang for your buck. Yeah, a bit cheaper, a bit lighter, and they're just, there's pros and cons between the both of them, honestly, but I use the Tucker one. They seem to have their stuff going on together. I got it from All Clean Power Wash, the guy who built my skid. So you can reach out to Brian. He should give you a good deal on a Tucker system.
I have one more question. I know you're busy. I'm going to get you out of here.
Okay.
Do you do much commercial work?
Yeah, I'd say commercial work is probably like 10% of our business.
All right, because I recently just started doing some work with our local college. I did a couple jobs for them. I was just wondering what size insurance policy did they recommend, or did they tell you had to have?
Yeah, so from the ones that I've gone through the vetting process with all these companies, it seems like they want the $1 million general liability, $2 million aggregate. Some people want a bit more than $1 million. Depends what you're doing. Not only the general liability policy, but the commercial auto policies. You got to make sure your commercial auto policy is right. Sometimes they want like $500,000, $1 million worth of protection on your commercial auto policy, which I didn't know that going into it. I just thought, oh, you just need general liability, but you might not need the commercial auto. But anyway, you want commercial auto regardless once you can get to a point where you can afford it, because if you go down the road with your trailer, your skid, you get into an accident and the insurance company finds out that you were using it for work purposes, they're not going to cover you. So the personal policy is not going to work on your truck. They're going to ask you a whole lot of questions. Why were you using the truck? Where were you going, right?
How much do you pay for that a year?
Well, it's going to be expensive. Dude, I got my 2019 F-250 and my 2014 F-250 diesel trucks, both on commercial auto policies, and I'm paying $750 a month.
Does that cover the everything?
Everything. Yep. I got $15,000 worth of coverage on my trailer, which it's worth a bit more than that. But, if I get into an accident, I don't think it'd cause more than that worth of damage. And then my truck's covered, all of it's covered.
Yeah, that's about close to what I got. I think mine was like $500 a month for just one truck in the trailer.
Mm-hmm. The age of the business is a big factor, because that's why they ask you, how long have you been in business? Same with your general liability policy too. If you say that you're just getting started, well, your risk level is the highest.
That it could.
Yeah, and then as soon as you go down the years and years, your new rates and your new premiums will be a bit better and better.
Well, hey man, I just wanted to say I appreciate that Facebook group that you made. That's a really nice group.
Appreciate it. Yeah. It's been good.
There's a lot of BS in there, but there's a lot of really, really good things in there, and some really good people to help everybody out. But I really appreciate you hopping on this call and whatnot, man.
Absolutely, man.
All right, man. You go out there and help somebody else now.
I gotta keep on helping people, man. I don't know what else to do but to go out there and help people. So you go out there and kill it, man. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
All right, bye.